Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Redline Specialist Cars and Highland Whiskey Clan. Mr. Brad Ray, you'll be raising a few glasses because you've just become the silver Commonwealth champion. Well done, boy.
Yeah, mate. You know what, mate? I've been quite sensible for my liking, but
Well, I saw
I've
you
had
out with
one.
Ricky Attons. There's not sensible anywhere near that.
Hey, I was home, left all my mates out. I was in the taxi home at a reasonable hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but your reasonable hour's 4:30 in the morning.
Not anymore, mate. Not anymore.
Well, listen, congratulations, mate. Finally, 21 fights in, you have got yourself a Commonwealth silver title. Very, very well earned in an active but frustrating year. Took out Adam Heppel brilliantly in the third round, put him down in the first. Tell me about the fight, mate, because you basically dominated the fight.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, tough lad, mate. Tough lad coming to win. Which is the type of fights I want to be in at. Obviously, not as experienced as me, Adam, but like he's been in, he's got straight in there early on in his career. I think
Yeah.
he's a bit older and he doesn't have kind of time to waste. He's fought at a good level, kickboxing and MMA and stuff. So he's ready to get in there, and I appreciate it. He's got my respect, but I just thought I was going to be a bit good for him, and I think I've shown that. Tough lad, mate. Like I say, put him down first round body shot, and I looked at him in the first round on the count of eight, and I thought he's not getting up here.
Mm.
And then he bounced up, and second round, wasn't much going on. Caught us with a good shot end of the second round.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm absolutely nails, aren't I? Just bounced off my granite chin, but it's not. It's nice to take a shot again. It sounds stupid, but it's nice to be in a live fight again and someone trying to take my head off. Um, and yeah, I think that not much went on in the second round. I think that maybe caught me that shot, give him a little boost of confidence, and he come out again in the third round. And for me, that just played into my hands.
Yeah.
He started to open up again. He started to leave openings, and I found my rhythm again like the first round, and
Same body shot, wasn't it?
picked the shot again. Yeah, I knew after the first one, I knew he'd be worried about it. I knew he'd be thinking about it, and he didn't give much away in the second round. So I was just trying to distract him, get him thinking elsewhere. And I think in the third round, I had him thinking about upstairs again, worrying about upstairs, and then just look for that shot again. And yeah, exact same spot, mate. And yeah, he didn't make the count this time.
Well, that's two KOs and three TKOs all in a row in the last sort of 12, 13, 14 months. You've got 10 now on your record, 21 fights. You're starting to become a massive, massive problem for anyone that thinks they can jump into light heavyweight. I think you are now showing your quality at the right weight, and there's some really big fights out there for you now, I think.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I'm comfortable at this weight. I'm enjoying myself at the weight, and I can just focus on being a better fighter now, not just making weight and not just being fit. And I can focus on being better in myself, and I'm enjoying it.
Mm.
Like you say, the opposition I've been in with before Adam, is not the type of opposition I want to be mixing it with. But I've been blasting them out in a round or two. You know what I mean? Like, what more do you want me to do? Like, I'm doing everything asked of me.
You'd only done 6 rounds in 4 matches prior to that, which is,
yeah,
showing the quality that you've got.
yeah, for sure, mate, for sure. And like you say, mate, it's a great division. There's some great fights there, and said it before. I've said it. I know what you're like, mate. You're gonna want me to say a name, aren't you? You're gonna want me to start kicking off and calling people out. But I'll
No, not me.
any of the domestic fighters, mate. I'll get in with him, and I'm flying at the moment. I'm confident, and I think 2025 is going to be a big year for me.
Well, it's well earned. You've had to be very, very patient this year. I know your manager Steve Woods has, kept you sort of motivated and he's put you out on his shows. I think that's the full fight this year. I know the opposition hasn't been what you had hoped for, but it's still kept you going. It's still got you into a position to fight, Adam. And like you say, Adam's been in with Reece Farnell recently, and he's a tough kid as well. So he was definitely coming to have a go at you. And like you say, it's nice to see you sort of in there with someone that would have had a go at you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, mate. And it's what I want now. It's where I feel like I belong in these big
Mm.
fights and big shows, and hopefully someone's going to give me the chance that I've been asking for this year, and then it's down to me. You know what I mean? There's no point stopping these journeymen in a round or two and shouting off, and then stepping
Yeah.
up, me and getting beat again. I plan on stepping up and I plan on showing everyone the level I'm at and the level I belong at, and the work that I've been doing, kind of away from the spotlight and behind closed doors for the last year and a half or so.
It took a lot for you to do that as well. I know we've spoken about it before, but the change of gyms, a change of lifestyle, the new home, you've changed absolutely everything, you've done in the last sort of 12, 18 months. Took yourself away from it basically, which is not easy, especially when you're away from family and stuff. And it's now starting to pay dividends, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, mate. Like I know, I'm only down the road. I'm an hour down the road, but still, mate, it's a big change. And
Mm.
like, come up here on my own. I was here for 6, 7, 8 months on my own, and just grafting away. All I was doing, mate, was training, coming home, chilling, getting up, training, and that was my life. And I'm lucky, like got my missus down here with me now, and my dog, and it's nice, it's chill, mate. All I'm doing is training, keeping my head down, staying out of trouble, and I just, I feel like I'm on the right path now, and you know, yeah, mate, I'm happy. I'm happy. It was a big change, and but big changes had to be made. Like I felt like I wasn't getting any better, and if I had to get better, I had to make these sacrifices, and it's one thing, like, I'll never let people say about me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm prepared to give up like
Yeah.
everything, and I think it's finally, like I say, it's finally coming good, and
Well, you've proved
it's
it,
down
haven't
to,
you?
definitely, mate, definitely, and you've got to in this game, because if you're not prepared to go without and miss out on things, then you're not going to do anything. But I'm prepared to do that, and I think finally it's going to pay off next year.
Well, I know we've spoken sort of off camera, we've known each other a little while now. We know it's been a frustrating time for you. I know middle of the year you were sort of like, I need a title now. It's really time for me to get up there and do it. You've got that now. The big promoters are all starting to bring more people on board that have got a title to fight, the higher levels. This is probably now, like you've said, just giving you that little opportunity now to maybe get in the next couple of fights, a big fight on a big TV platform again. I don't know where you're at with Boxer. Are you still with Boxer or are you just independent now?
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna be. They're gonna get me on any of their shows by the sounds of it. But
Right.
yeah, I don't. But
So
we'll
you're
see.
open to offers. Your manager, I'm sure Steve Woods will be looking to get you on,
Yeah,
bigger shows now for better
mate.
title.
Anyone, any platform that wants entertaining, you know what I mean. One thing you can say, like, I had 21 fights now, mate. I've lost once, and even that fight, like, put me, like, I put on a show. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you want. It's what the fans want. They want entertaining fan fights. And one thing you can never say about me is I'm in a boring fight. Um, so look, like, I always deliver. You know what I mean? I've got 5 stoppages on the bounce now. People want entertaining fights and they want knockouts, and like, you know what I mean. You don't have to look much further than me. There's a lot of gimmicks in boxing nowadays, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a bit old school, and I'll give people what they want to see. You know what I mean? Like, people don't want to see all this bullshit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, the promoters think they do, but they don't. They want to see people getting knocked out, and they want to see people in good fights, and I can
Yeah.
do that.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to call names out because I know you won't. But
Any
like,
of them, mate. Any of them, any of them.
but the division is stacked. There's a lot of names out there that would potentially be great fights. We've got potentially Ben Whitaker and Liam Cameron having another rematch in February, so we hear. The winner of that would be quite a nice fight, wouldn't it?
Yep, mate. Yep, yep, yep. Any
You're
of
just
them,
going to say yeah
mate.
to everything, aren't
Yeah, mate. Let's go. Let's go. I'm
you?
fucking. Yeah. But now, mate, it's such a good division, mate. Like, it's
Yeah,
such a
it
good.
is.
I ain't saying, mate, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna walk through a lot of them, because there's some good fighters there, mate. Some good fighters. I just want the chance. I just want the opportunity, because, like, I feel like that's where I belong, and I feel like I can beat them. You know what I mean? I feel like I can beat them. And there's so many good fights, mate. Like, it's exciting me thinking about it. Um,
You know
but
what I'd
that
like
was
to, you know what I'd like to see you fight for next? I'd actually
what.
like to see you go in for a British title.
Yeah, mate, I'd have that. I'd fight for that next all day. But that was eliminated for the English that
Yeah,
against Adam Apple. So like, I don't know what the crack is, mate, but they put me in a chance to maybe fight for the English, and then obviously I've got the Commonwealth silver. Edmondson's got the
yeah.
British and the Commonwealth. I'm not sure what that puts me in a position to fight for the Commonwealth or whatever. But if I could pick up the English, that's a 10-round fight. This is a 10-round fight. Could have both of them on the line. That could lead to fighting for the British and the Commonwealth then. And then, I'm flying. Let's go. Get me to Saudi. Get me to Vegas. Get me loads of money in my bank
Whoa,
account.
whoa, whoa! You're fine in Saudi, but you ain't going to Vegas.
Why not?
Why
Mate,
not?
imagine me in Vegas.
No,
Yeah.
this is the
Imagine,
reason why we haven't got enough time to have that conversation. Saudi, you
imagine my
can't
base
drink,
in Vegas.
so you're all right in Saudi. But you're teetotal now, of course, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, mate. I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man.
Well, listen, let's very quickly talk about what's going on in the boxing world because I know you like a chat. And your
Yes, come on,
buddy,
Conor
mate,
Walker. Let's
yeah,
go, the
he's
Wolf.
coming.
Come
I'm going to
on.
see him tomorrow. I'm going to go and interview him in his press
Right, mate.
conference. He's got a great fight against Lewis Ritson, hasn't he? And the winner of
Ah,
that has got to go on and get a world title shot.
it's a belting fight, mate. It's such a good fight. Like, mate, I used to be a massive Ritson fight. I loved it when he burst onto the scene and he was just wiping everyone out. Mate, it was great. It was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And mate, when is Conor Walker not in a good fight? Like, it's only going one way that fight, and it's got to catch fire. And I think it'll probably catch fire early on, and it just set the tone for the rest of the fight, mate. But yeah, look, it's a good show. That, to be fair, mate, it's a very good show. I'm looking forward to that. There's a few good fights on it. I think.
Yeah.
I think Gavin Gwynn Cameron's a good fight as well.
A
Like,
huge fight for Cameron
yeah,
Vaughn
yeah, fair
and
play to
Gavin.
fair play to Vaughn for taking that fight because Gwynn's no walkover, but
No.
yeah, it's an exciting one.
I know both fighters very well, and I think that possibly could be the only fight that would be better than Conor Walker and Ritson on the night. I know that Sonny Edwards is main event and he will put up a boxing masterclass, I've no doubt. But that fight could be a proper tear up.
No, I'm not, mate. You can't, you can't beat Conor Walker fight. I mean, I'm sorry, well, you can if you're not his mate. I hate watching him fight, mate. But then afterwards, I love going back and watching him fight.
We've heard on the grapevine that the winner of that fight is going to fight Paddy Donovan for a world title. Now, I
Nice.
think Paddy's going to fight early on in the year next year, and the winner of this fight gets Paddy for a world title, which is absolutely phenomenal for whoever wins that
Is
day.
Donovan not fighting Crocker then? What's going on with that? You've got all the inside info,
I
surely.
don't know anything, Mum. I'm saying nothing. All I know is that Paddy is going to be fighting early on in, I believe, which may well have changed, of course, as boxing does. But I believe Paddy's going to be fighting early in 2025, and the winner of this fight is being lined up for the winner of his fight, which I'm sure will be Paddy. So that could be an absolute tear up of a start next year, couldn't it?
Good, mate. Good. Exciting times, mate. Exciting
And do you know
times.
what, Connor? He deserves his chance as well if he comes through this fight against Ritson because it's a tough fight. He deserves his chance. He's bloody earned it, hasn't he?
Of course, mate. He'll fight anyone in any time, and I think he always puts it on the line. He always delivers, and even he's come back from losses. He had the Crocker fight, which for me should have got the nod. Hey, I'm his best mate. When I say that, Anna, you know what I mean. But if everyone else I spoke to, you think he should have got the nod.
Well, if
Um,
you watch on our Instagram, you will see the interview with Paddy Donovan ringside as that fight had finished, and he said that Conor Walker had won that fight.
yeah, yeah. It's one of them, mate. I know it's what you prefer, but for me, I thought he'd done enough. And I like Crocker, mate. He's a top lad.
Cracking fighter, isn't he?
But yeah, he is, mate. And but me, I wouldn't have been like to been blocking them shots with me head like Conor was from Crocker. But mate, I'd love to see that one again. I'd love to see that fight again.
Not a bad fight,
Like I
that, is
say,
it?
great fight, mate. But there's some great domestic fights to be made, mate, and all over. And
And of course, the big
I want
one.
I want to get in the mix, mate. Come on.
We want you to get in the mix. And of course, 2.5, 3 weeks time, it's fight week in Saudi, and Usyk and Fury 2 with some very, very good
You're gonna
fights.
ask me
Some of
how
the
it's going.
fights.
Mate. You're gonna ask me how it's going because I keep changing my
No,
mind.
I'm not. I'm not actually, and I didn't on the last fight. I didn't ask people who I thought was going to win because I don't think anyone can tell. But
Yeah.
what I will thought, Dennis McCann.
Oh, that's a good fight.
What a fight that is!
That is a good fight.
So, what do you think about that fight? The
Oh,
Grail and McCann. I mean, it's a proper tear. That is a proper all
that tough,
guns
mate. Because
blazing.
may have a four. Peter McGrail's not got like his last one or two fights. He looked like he's as good as they've all been telling us. But then McCann, mate, was class in the rematch against Beluta. Like, made it look easy.
Boxed his ears off, didn't he?
He did, mate. And I like Dennis, mate. I do. I really do. But that's a tough one, mate. That is a tough one. You want me here saying he's going to beat you, upsetting people,
No, I
don't you?
don't. I don't. I just like your opinion on the fight. So I will never put you in a position that you don't want to.
That's a
You know
tough
both guys. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you know what, mate? I don't even know McGrail really all that well, but he's a very good fighter. I've come across Dennis a few times, but yeah, you know what, mate? I like Dennis. Let's go. I'm just gonna go out there and say McCann's gonna do the job, and he's gonna eat loads of Maribor cookies after his fight.
Well, I hope so because I'm doing his media. But
Who
yeah, I
else?
mean,
Come on,
that's a
what else is on that show? Ask me a few more. Come on.
well. I mean, you got of course Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen,
Yeah, that's
the
a good
battle of
fight.
the big boys. I mean, that's a prop. That's a great fight. I mean, Dave Allen's been in with some top names, Dillian White, and a lot of boys. And Johnny Fisher's up and coming. He's proved himself. Where do you reckon that's?
Johnny
Because I don't
Johnny
know.
Johnny Fisher in his last few meetings has just been like where I've gone, oh, I might have a night night tonight, and he's just not me. He's just walking through people.
Yeah,
He's just a big, massive, hard kid, isn't he? But then, mate, it's just hard, isn't it? It's hard, but you
it
know
is a
what's good?
hard.
You know what's good? You used to get some of these big shows, and you'd go like, he's gonna win, he's gonna win,
Yeah.
he's gonna win, he's gonna win, mate. And it's not the case anymore. It's not the case anymore. And it's good for boxing, mate. Like the sport's in a healthy place. I think like the best are fighting the best, and I've said it before, but like bit of stick like Saudi and Riyadh season and Big Turkey, aren't they? But like for me, like as a boxing fan, like I love it, mate. I love it. The best are fighting the best, and yeah, there is a bit of a kickback to fighters kind of in my situation. Like there's not many shows over here and we can't get fights. But you know what? Like use ask us Saturday night, sit down. There's great fights on, great cards all the way through. They're on at a normal time. You're not paying stupid prices for them. And yeah, mate, I think boxing's in a great place to be fair.
Well, let's go back to you, mate, because you've got a lot of opportunity coming up in 2025. I think there's a lot of the shows that Queensby, for example, are putting out Magnificent Sevens. You've got Matcham putting out the next gens, and I would say you'd be towards the top of a bill of one of those now for a title. Boxer obviously is putting on its shows. It's got a couple coming up. There's one in Liverpool called Tasha Jonas is fighting just before Christmas. So there's a lot of big, promoters out there putting on some good shows. Obviously, you've got the Wasserman lads as well doing their thing on Channel 5. You know, I think I would hope early on in the year you might get an opportunity at a nice title in one of those. It'd be quite nice.
Yeah, for sure, mate. For sure. That's the plan. Sit tight, tick over Christmas. Obviously, I've been flat out this year all year, mate. So
Yeah.
gonna have a little rest over Christmas, tick over, and then January, put my foot on the gas, and hopefully March time, I'll be ready for a big fight, titles, back on the big stage, back on a big show, back on the telly where I belong, and
Yeah.
I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'll keep delivering. I'll keep entertaining, which is what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think that's where you believe you should be there, and I look forward to that happening, mate. Now, just before we go, we got one more thing to mention. One of your old stable mates, Ibrahim Nadeem,
Go
finally
on,
got
mate.
his first tap. He got Central area, didn't he, last week?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
mate. Good win for him then. And then I seen him. seen him mention Josh Holmes afterwards, which is a good fight. And I like the way Josh Holmes, but that's an exciting fight. That and mate, Ibby is the most unfazed kid you'll ever meet in your life. Like he's not hard. He'll say, "Well, you fight him?" I go, "Yeah, yeah." But like he just
Yeah.
trains, turns up, trains, goes home, and he'll fight anyone at any time.
I
And
nearly
like,
choked myself when I did the interview after the fight when he called out Josh Holmes straight away, and I'm like, "What?"
yeah, yeah, fair play to me, mate. Fair because that's a tasty fight, mate. That's a very good fight. Um, But like you say, mate, Ibby is an handful for anyone. He's an handful for anyone with his style. And, it's nice to see him settled in now. And he's had a few injuries and a few setbacks and that. But looks like
Mm.
next year it's going to be a big year for him as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's hope next year is a big year for you and for him. Um, I can't believe it. I'm saying it. Brad Ray, the Sting, is the Commonwealth Silver Champion. I'm so
He's
pleased for you, mate.
been getting about the gaff doing like WWE entrances in my dressing gown, like walking down the stairs and that, firework.
Is that what you've been doing in the last couple of days?
Been in the back of my car, to be honest, mate. And then been on my,
You're
been on my
shattering my
fireplace
illusion.
been on my fireplace for a little bit, but like I think people are laugh at the thought of me like pretending I'm Triple H coming down the stairs.
Well, listen, mate, whatever happens, I hope it happens quick next year. I think it'd be great to see you back on the big stage, and it's fully deserved. You've grafted, and you've earned the right to do that, mate. So we wish you the best of luck. Have a fabulous Christmas, not too juicy, and we will look forward to seeing you next year, mate. Well done, congratulations.
I'm making no promises, mate, but thank you.
Take care, mate.